Hey everybody, welcome to the latest edition of the Diamond Discussion. I am your host, Demetrius Woods, and today I got a wonderful guest here for you, BJ, Bryant Ruff Jr., my brother. He's back on the show, home from Christmas break, and we're going to talk baseball talk, obviously, here for you, and also see if you can guess the movies that I'm going to challenge him on as well. So with that being said, let's get it started. All right, everybody. Welcome to episode number 44. That was Hank Aaron's number.
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome to episode number 44. Wow, that's pretty cool. So we are. I'm pumped to have my brother on the show. It's first of all, I love the holiday spirit. I'm very much in the holiday spirit right now.
Yes.
We've got all the angles in the office today that we could have chosen, and we choose the one very small Christmas tree we have in the office. So anyway, all that to be said, if you like Christmas trees, then you get to watch the show in its entirety. If you want to zoom in and get us out of the shot, feel free.
Go for it.
That's cool. So you're back home from college. Welcome home.
Thank you.
Feel good to be back, or you ready to go back to school? How you feeling about that?
In between.
Yeah.
Like, I have a lot of friends I've made at school, but also being back home with my family is even better. So
Yeah.
It's just
First semester of college, dude.
yes.
It's very weird. So I was talking to somebody the other day. I can't remember who it was. I was out refereeing high school basketball, and they were like, "I can't believe your brother's in college." I'm like, "I can't believe he's in college." I mean, I'm 29 years old, and you're just, I don't know how you're still not the little kid that you were, 10 years ago. But anyway, all that to be said, you are home from college. For those who need a refresher course, or for those who have not met my brother on a few episodes ago, he is at Emmanuel University, NCAA Division II program here in Georgia, and the Conference Carolinas conference. And so excited about that opportunity. He gets to be the PO, or one of the POs rather, on staff.
Yep.
So anyway, all that being said, dude, give us just, I guess, for you, first semester of college, what did you learn that was required of a collegiate athlete after the first semester? Because obviously, it's a little different in the fall than it will be in the spring. But
Yes.
what'd you learn?
I learned very quick that your grades are the most important thing to a coach.
Ooh, okay.
They do not care how you perform at practice. Your grades is what they're always looking at every single day, right before you go to practice. If you're failing 2 classes, you're not going to be on that field whatsoever. But besides that, just being able to work alone by yourself, besides outside of practice, is a big thing because what you're doing at practice is showing why you deserve to be on the field at the time that you need to be there
Okay.
in critical situations. So for me, I had to learn to work on my own to real quick just to do plyos every single day, which I already do, but just to be more consistent in what I'm trying to do,
Yeah.
speed wise, or maybe I want to change my grip strength, do everything stuff like that to make my ball spin more and stuff like that.
So sounds like number one, eligibility matters.
Yes,
That's first and
very much
foremost.
so.
And then number two, discipline.
Yes,
Right? Self-discipline is a big key because I have so many former softball players that come back and they're like, man, we don't really practice that much in the fall together as a team, and it's like, I got to do this on my own, or I got to do this, excuse me, with a teammate or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, that's part of it, especially in the fall when you play a spring sport.
right.
You got to kind of be diligent with your time as a college student in general, but you got to make time for the plyos. You got to make time for the weight training.
Yep.
You got to get, PO work in.
Yes.
Any chance you can get.
Critical.
Yeah. So were you working with other guys this fall a lot? Did you find yourself just flying solo a good bit?
Oh yeah. So most definitely. So a lot of times I would be thrown with my roommate. My roommate is coincident is sorry is also a PO. So
Okay.
it's very easy. We work together on what we need to do. on a daily basis. We also hit the weight room at the same time, and do almost the exact same thing that we do. So it's usually me and him, and then two other guys, real quick sessions of just plyos, throwing long toss, just some dry work as well off the mound and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
We also have groups we text in and like just see what we're doing for that day and nutrition as well. So
Very nice. Okay, so speak to that for a second. The nutrition part of it.
yeah.
Was there like a dramatic overhaul from high school to first semester of what you had to make sure you're putting in your body?
Yes. So like me personally, I don't like vegetables that much. So I had to force myself in the beginning of the semester to eat just a bunch of vegetables
Yeah.
and have to force myself to like it. And now I eat 5 meals a day consistently.
Wow.
Before I came to college, I only ate three, and if that. So I had to just to build up my body, just to eat a lot more than what I usually do, and
Hmm.
then just keep rolling from there.
Dude, that metabolism's got to be rolling.
Yes.
Crazy. Okay. So anything catch you off guard as far as the workload, not academically necessarily, but on the field or baseball related wise, anything unexpected, or was everything as you expected?
um, there wasn't like much differences that I had in my head that I was going to show up to, but like there's you think there's going to be a lot of competition within each other, and you're right. It's actually way more than you think.
Okay.
Um, just trying to be that guy. You can, any time of the day, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you always want your name to be called to be in a situation at practice, because we're going to be during the game.
So how have you kind of balanced that level of competition, but also having the team camaraderie, um, just that kind of vibe? How have you balanced that?
Oh yeah. Usually it's just like we're friends, we're buddy on the field and off the field. But as soon as your rep comes up, you just lock in.
You're locked in.
I'm not talking, doing nothing. I'm making sure I'm doing everything right. The fundamentals, I just have to do that right, and then just do what I do.
Yeah, I love that. So last episode I had Raylan Chafin
Yeah.
on the show. She is just, I can't say enough about the human being that she is. Of from what I've got to know about her, but she's at Mississippi State right now. She transferred from LSU senior year, and hopefully she's going to get a lot of reps in the circle as a pitcher. We talked a little bit about on that episode, kind of opened up. And for those of you who maybe didn't see that episode, if you're a pitcher or a catcher or whatever, like I think that's a great episode for you to dial into, because she offered a lot of insight on that front. But one thing we didn't talk too much about was strategically attacking hitters, in certain times. And so, you know, without emptying your Rolodex of how you strategize or whatever, but how how important, I guess, is that to go in on the bump with a plan of setting up this pitch for that pitch, certain counts, that kind of thing?
Hey, very much so. Like setting up the batter is very important because it determines if they hit the ball, strike out, or pop up or stuff like that.
Right.
So it's like for me, like I like to have like a a tunnel kind of thing. So maybe I'll start with a fastball. It's just if I start
Hmm.
with a fastball, and then from there I'm gonna try to throw my breaking balls in that same spot. So it'd be a difference on where it might go,
Right.
stuff like that, change of speed. So it's just very different, very very important for a pitcher to have a mindset of what they're going to do in this at bat, and also even knowing that batter,
Right.
looking at what they did in the past game and stuff like that, and what they don't like and what they do like.
So obviously it sounds like using the scouting report to your advantage, that's an important piece, right? Uh, but also having the confidence in your pitching, right? Your stuff,
Yeah.
to be able to say, hey, I can get him with this pitch, or I can set him up at least with
Right.
this pitch. It may not produce a swing and a miss. It may be a ball. He may watch it,
Yeah.
and that's okay. And I'll say it because I'm not pitching anymore. But if I start a guy out with a high fastball, right?
Right.
As a lefty, I'm throwing to a righty. Maybe I start him out with a high fastball, high and away, right?
Right.
I used to have kind of a loopy curveball when I threw, and so if I start him high fastball, high and away, well, I may start my curveball in that same plane and let it drop into the zone for a
Right.
strike.
Yep.
Now we're 1-1 count. And so now we can work from there, right? But regardless, like every pitch has a purpose.
Yes.
And I think for those out there who don't believe that, like, then you're missing out on a huge part of the game.
Yes.
I think, where it's not just go up there, swing the bat, or it's hop on the bump or hop in the circle and throw and be a pitching machine. No, like there's that chess match that can happen. I mean, I think baseball is a thinking man's sport. I believe that. Well, I mean, what would you say?
You always want to be one step ahead for the other person. So
Yeah,
it's always like, I wonder what he's gonna do next. But like, if he doesn't do this, I have a backup for this.
Mhm.
So it's just, I agree. It's totally.
it's big. Okay, so pivoting for a second, I'm not really pivoting too much, but like as a pitcher, when we think about traditionally speaking, you have teams that are one of two things. There's some that are in the middle, obviously, but you've got your extremes. You've got either your power hitting teams,
Mhm.
or you got your teams who will just live and die by small ball, right?
Right.
My question to you, based on experience or just your thoughts in general, which one wins in your eyes?
That's a tough question. For me, probably small ball. Small ball, having small contact. You can always guarantee some type of contact from small ball.
Hmm.
Whether it's a little blooper and whatever. See, being a power hitting team, I feel like you generate more outs because you're trying to pop it up or put it in the air,
Hmm.
or you swing and miss way too much.
Yeah.
So I say small ball because it's just because you try to make the other team make the mistakes instead.
Exactly.
So
I was hoping you say power hitting so we can actually debate it. But I do agree with you. I think small ball is king because I feel like it creates a lot of chaos,
yes.
right? Like it can. I've watched in the softball world. I've watched players lay down a bunt, and she's on third base in like 6 seconds. It feels like, because pitcher loses her balance, throws off balance to first base, it goes flying down the right field line, and before you know it, she's rounding the bag, and there she goes at third because I'm setting her. You know what I mean? But like small ball can cause chaos, and I think that it also keeps the pressure on defense,
Yes.
right? When you have you got a power hitting team and everybody's dropping bombs, well, you're clearing the bases every time, or
Right.
pretty often you're clearing the bases. Whereas for me, as weird as this may sound, if I'm a pitcher and you say, hey, to lead off the game, a guy, you only get two options. Guy's gonna drop a bomb off you, or he's gonna hit a triple, or he's gonna end up on third base somehow, whether it's by way of a bunt or a triple down the line or whatever the case may be. I'm gonna tell you, I would have rather him hit a bomb
Yes.
because it clears the slate for me.
Right. No stress.
Yeah,
On the basis.
no stress on the bases. Now if he's on third, now I got to go from the stretch. I got to deal with his little just antsy butt probably back there
Right.
anyway, and the batter, it changes the batter's approach because the batter doesn't feel like he needs a base hit anymore
Yep.
to be productive. For him, he's cool just putting the ball on the ground somewhere, anywhere but third or back to me.
Right.
Probably gets the guy home,
Right.
right? So I'm thinking in general, man, like that's where I feel like the small ball piece can be mission critical for a lot of people.
Because I feel like if if I had the option, I would definitely go with the small ball. As for my team, going and get small ball, I would hate it
Oh my G.
because it's just like I feel like every time someone comes out of bat, it's a person on first, and then comes at first and second, and it's full, and it's bases loaded. And I'm like stressing out, I'm sweating, and just my hands are getting moist. Can't
Yeah.
grip a ball. I'm messed up then.
Yep. The infield is having to potentially shift.
Yep.
Or coming in or whatever. It's like there's so much. Like you talk about like in football, like uh, second down and short. It's like the entire playbook is open to the offensive coordinator on
Yes.
2nd and 1. You can do whatever you want to do at that point. The same thing applies on the baseball, softball side when teams are really good at small ball.
Yes.
When you got runners on first and second, nobody out, be my guest, right? Whatever you want to do with that. So, all right. So what we're gonna do is real quick is we're gonna take a small break, guys, and when we return, we're gonna play a quick game, and then we're gonna jump right into the back half of the show, having some more baseball talk. So get your thinking hats on. I've got 5 movies here for BJ, and I'll explain the game on the other side of the break. Be right back, guys. All right, guys, welcome back to the show. We're jumping into this game. I think it's a TikTok challenge, honestly. Isn't it? I believe so.
It is.
We're going to go with that. All right, it's called How Many Words to Guess the Movie. All right, pretty self-explanatory. I'm going to share a word here with BJ, and he's going to do his best to guess the movie in as little amount of words as possible. Okay? So I got 5 movies here for you. All right.
So bad.
Like I said, these are movies I believe you've seen. I would be surprised if you have not seen at least 3 out of 5 of these. But I feel like you've seen 4 out of 5. Maybe 5. We'll see.
Hey, you have
All right.
trust in me here.
First movie. Africa.
Black Panther.
Yes!
Wakanda forever.
Dude, just kidding. He got on the first guess, bro. That's crazy. Do you want to hear my other words?
Sure.
It was king, villain, culture, throne, superhero, and Marvel.
Oh, yeah.
You were going to finally get it.
I was going to eventually get it. Easy.
Wow. Okay. Easy. Easy money. Okay. Number 2. Budapest.
Oh, sounds familiar.
All right. I'll give you another
Next.
one.
Let's do this.
Spy.
Spy Kids?
Nope. Russia.
I'm not sure this.
All right. I'll give you another one. You want to pass on that one?
Yeah.
All right. Red Room. I feel like you've seen this movie. The actress.
The actress.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to give too
Keep
much.
going.
No.
Keep going. Keep going.
Carry on. Next one is Taskmaster.
Wait, is it? I feel like it's a Marvel character.
You are correct. It is a Marvel character.
And it's Black Widow.
Yes, Black Widow. Yes.
Yep.
So mom was like, Scarlett Johansson. He's probably seen it. So I was like, bet we're going Black Widow. Okay, cool. Do you remember her name in the movie?
Jane? No.
Natasha.
No, yeah. See.
Okay. Natasha was my last guess for you.
Yeah, I wouldn't have got that if I didn't Marvel. I'm sorry.
Fair enough. All right. Third one is Revenge.
Next.
Mafia.
Revenge Mafia.
And these are it's a series actually of movies, but like these are some good movies, I think.
Revenge Mafia. Next.
Ex-Hitman.
Say Ex-Hitman?
Yeah.
I know this. I know it.
I thought you'd get it on that one.
I know. John Wick.
Yes. Nice. There we go.
Like, I cannot.
It's like it's tip of the tongue. Nice, dude. Okay, that was good. All right. If you can be specific on this one, but you may not you may not know like the full name, which is okay. All right. First word: mentor,
Mentor. Okay, next.
survival.
Hunger Games.
Yes.
Okay, but
Neither one of those tell you
yeah.
this one, but like the I say prequel. Yeah.
Do you have to give the whole title or just?
Do you know? Like, do you know the titles?
Not fully.
So this is the one that was about President Snow, which was I think the most recent one.
Yeah.
Hunger Games: The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know the titles like that, but
Yeah.
I know the parts of it.
Yeah.
So.
Very good movie, by the way.
Yes.
Gave some interesting insight on President Snow. Anyway, there's that. Okay, anyway, no, the fifth one. Here we go. First word: friendship.
Friends.
No.
Okay.
It's not a movie, is it?
Oh no, it's not.
A TV show, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You said friendship. I just thought of Friends.
Fair enough, I guess. Second, magic.
Magic Mike.
What?
Oh wait, I know it.
What?
Wait, I know what it is. It's the movie with the criminals, and there's one scene where there's a vault. I can't remember.
This is a vault?
No, they're on stage.
Oh, Now You See Me.
Yeah, that movie.
Those are very good movies, but no, that's not it.
Oh.
All right, next one. Dude, I love Now You See Me. Anyway, next one is backstory.
Wait, what's the other first two? What's first one?
Friendship, magic, backstory.
Backstory.
Need another one?
Yeah, one more.
University. I feel like that word kind of throws you off the scent a little bit.
Like I was like, wait, blank.
I'm gonna give you another one. Green.
Green.
Yeah.
University Green. Green Lantern. Lantern.
Nope. Next word. Popular.
Oh. Wicked.
Yeah. Wicked it is, dude. Y'all, listen, let me just tell y'all, man, on the show here. My daughter, his niece, has been singing the heck. Let me take that back. Me and my daughter have been singing the heck out of those songs, man. Like Defying Gravity, Popular. She loves what's the song? What Is This Feeling? My wife loves Dancing. What's it called? Dancing Through Life. Anyway, there's all the songs. We know too many of them. All right, cool. That was pretty good, dude.
It was. I was
First
not
of all,
expecting me to get all of this.
Africa, Black Panther, the first guest. Because you've seen all 5 of those movies, right?
Yes.
So Black Panther, Black Widow, John Wick, Hunger Games, and Wicked.
Yep. I've seen every single one.
All right, cool.
I love them.
Great. I'm 5 for 5. All right, guys. Let's move on to some more baseball talk here before we wrap up the show. This is subjective, obviously, but just in your generation of time or just whatever era you want to go in, greatest hitter of all time and why?
Okay, so I'll go with since I've been alive and what I've been watching.
Okay.
A lot of people will say Shohei Ohtani. I will not be saying Shohei Ohtani.
Oh.
Sorry.
Okay.
A lot of people will say Aaron Judge. I will not say him either.
Both MVPs this year.
I will go with Freddie Freeman.
Steady Freddie.
Yes. And I love him because he has an amazing swing. He's very consistent at the plate. So that's just for me because that's just what I've been watching. I feel like I have when I used to hit back in my day.
Back in your day. Okay, dude.
I used to like just go off even though he's a left-handed hitter, I'm a right-handed hitter. I used to always want to be like him. I just he has a pretty swing. I just love it.
Yeah.
And like he was very consistent at the plate. It was never a moment where I'm like where he's in a critical situation where and he has to hit the ball. He hits the ball.
Yeah.
So I just
you know what? I don't even know. I can't argue against Freddie because I like the guy so much. You know, first of all, what a World Series he just had. First 4 games, he had a homer in each game.
Yeah.
First one was a walk-off grand slam in extra innings. Talk about a storybook
Right.
scenario. And you're right. I mean, he, along with almost every other lefty out there, in my opinion, has. I mean, to me, nobody's swing is as sweet as Ken Griffey Jr.'s,
Yeah.
the kid. But it's a beautiful swing. And so I'm gonna go with another lefty who I guess was just before your time in terms of like watching the game intensely.
Mm-hmm.
I got to go with Barry Bonds.
Mm.
And here's the thing: no matter how controversial you may want to go down with him, because I agree, like there's controversy there with the steroid era and all that,
Right.
like
Right.
Barry Bonds and Mark McGuire and Sammy Sosa and all those guys juicing and so-called or not, whatever you want to say. But that doesn't take away from the swing
Yes.
and the type of hitter that he was,
Right.
because the dude was a contact hitting machine, and you did not want to see him at the plate in any type of crunch time. And it's like because he could hurt you even when you're trying to pitch around him. Sometimes
Right.
it was all weird that way. Like guys would be like pitchers would be down 2-0 on purpose. And it's
Right.
like, all right, we're gonna get to 3-0. I'm gonna throw him out here, and he just freaking figures out how to jack it off of, right? Because you get too close to the plate, and he figures it out. And it was so cool, man, watching him growing up, because I like I thought it was incredible that, which we're about to talk about ballparks here in a little bit, but I thought it was so cool growing up that the San Francisco Giants field, in right field, they've got the brick wall, which I think is beautiful,
Yes.
but it's kind of a short porch
Right.
of seating, and it's right out into the San Francisco Bay. And so you got people listening to the radio. They're out there on kayaks, jumping in the water for his home runs left and right. It seemed like nightly. You know what I mean? Every home
Yes.
series, it felt like he was bound to hit one. So, excuse me. So, I mean, I think Barry Bonds is the guy I have to go with. I think it's funny that we're both lefties. We throw lefty, but we both bat at righty, and then we choose lefty batters as the greatest hitter of all time. So I'm curious though to know, guys, what you think. Those of you watching the show, man, let me know who you think would be your greatest hitter of all time and why. Like what rationale do you have behind that? Because I think that people will choose the best hitter of all time based on different metrics,
Right.
right? Like you got the home run king metric, maybe. You got the guy who never strikes out metric. You got the guy who's always making contact or always coming up in the clutch or whatever. You know what I
Right.
mean? So, or always just figuring out how to get on base no matter what. Like kind of that lead off two hole
Yeah.
kind of guy. So I'm interested to know what other people say. All right, staying in Major League Baseball for a second, and really not even just Major League Baseball. It's gone more than that. It's gone into the softball world as well,
Mm-hmm.
of instant replay.
Right.
Right, it is something that has now become part of our game, and with the diamond sports. I mean, it's really around all sports now. But what are your general thoughts on that, and just where do you see it going from here?
Instant replay is a great thing at times. Sometimes I'm like, maybe let the mistakes happen,
Mm,
see how the game rolls from there. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't want it to go as far as letting the game happen, and then you get to a critical point, and it's
yep.
just that's what made it happen, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe if it's not such a tight game, just not don't waste time over it. But I feel like the way it's going, I feel like at one point it'd be like there's always an eye on the replay system.
Yeah.
That like one day they'll eventually like they stop the game out of nowhere and be like, hey, that's the wrong call, or and even if the other coach isn't even arguing it.
Right.
So I just feel like that's where it's going. But sometimes I'm like, just let the kids play type thing.
Yep.
So
I'm with you on that one, man. And as an official, somebody who like I referee basketball, and so as somebody who's on the court, there's times where I'm the same way. I'm like, no, we don't really need a replay right there. Like let's play on,
right,
you know.
exactly.
But at the same token, like you just said, like even if it's not a tight game, what if it was a 15-point game?
Right.
We let something semi-egregious slide in the third quarter, and now that team's come roaring back. They're down by 2 in the fourth.
Right.
Well, that no call back in the third becomes more pivotal now.
Right.
So it's you don't know like how important a call will be until the game plays itself out.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm with you. I like instant replay. I think it's good because I believe in getting it right.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I think the integrity of the game. If there's something on the field that is so blatantly bad or wrong, I think we need to address it.
Yeah, very much so. So it's just my thing is just if it's not crazy bad, it's not like very noticeable. It's just what's the point at that point? So and the referee or umpire would eventually know after the game and see, hey, oh, I made a bad call, but it's over with now. I understand. I know what I did.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like that. So instead of just having the whole world knowing, oh wow, you made a bad call on Twitter. This ref needs to go, or this umpire needs to go. It's not necessary.
Sure. No, I agree. I agree with that for sure. So, and like I know there was the my gosh, forgive me for getting his name, but I think the last name of the umpire was Leland, or maybe that was the coach's name, and then the pitcher though was Galarraga, and he got in 26 straight outs, throwing a no hitter. I don't know if it's a perfect game, but it was at least a no hitter. And there's a ball hit to first base. He's going over to cover the bag. This was years ago.
I know exactly.
Maybe over a decade now.
Yeah.
I think the umpire wrote a book, and he put this story in it. But he goes over to cover the bag. Ball and mitt. Foot hits the bag. Then the batter runner's foot hits the bag. Boom. He calls him safe. He erases the no hitter. Right. And I mean, the umpire felt horrendously bad. I mean, I just couldn't imagine that feeling of knowing you're responsible for taking a no hitter out of the history books.
Right.
And so that was pre instant replay. And today that would have been a quick, yep, he was out,
exactly,
and we're getting out of town.
Right.
You know what I mean? But again, I mean that's sports for you sometimes, right? There's human error involved, and I think for me, in a coaching sense now, it's telling the girls, it's telling the guys, yo, you play through whatever.
Right.
Like you let me as a coach handle the umpires, whether it be charismatically at sometimes or aggressively at other times or whatever. But you play the game, and we'll let the other stuff.
Right.
Leave that to the people who don't matter as much, honestly, coaches and umpires. But all right, last thing before we go, and I would love to hear from you guys as well on the show, or in the DMs on Instagram or wherever you may be commenting. But give me one baseball stadium that you want to visit next season.
It's funny to that because I would like to go to San Francisco.
Nice.
Just because of the water behind the stadium, and I would love to sit right there at it too. So, but it was between San Francisco and also the Dodgers Stadium, which I would love to go to eventually as well.
Dude.
So it was between those two, and I think I would rather go to San Francisco first.
Dude, first of all, Dodger Stadium, classic. Just classic. The yellow seats.
Yep.
You got to get a Dodger dog. I mean, it's beautiful. It really is. And then the Giant Stadium, man, in San Francisco, it's breathtaking. Like I don't really have many words. I think it's been like 6 years since I've been there. No, it was 2018. Yeah, that's 6 years.
Yep.
So, but it's beautiful. Totally worth it. Totally worth it. So one stadium that I have wanted to visit, really, this could be my answer every year, is Wrigley Field. And so,
yes.
Bethany, my wife, and our daughter Aubrey, obviously, we're gonna go to Chicago and visit Wrigley Field for sure this season, barring anything crazy. So we're pumped about Wrigley, getting to see the Cubs there, and just being a part of the history that is Wrigley Field. I mean, I don't know if it's the oldest. I know Fenway, Wrigley Field. I think they're kind of competing for like oldest ever. So, and I've been to Fenway like 3 or 4 times now. So Wrigley is next on the list. But all right, we're gonna wrap this show up. You got any advice? I know you're right now. You're kind of in between fall and spring. So like maybe for those athletes who are specifically baseball and softball players who are in this in between time where they've come home, they've eaten a lot of food for Thanksgiving. Some of them are going back for finals and whatnot in December, and then they're off again for like 5 or 6 weeks.
Right.
Any advice for those guys?
Just keep pushing forward. This is not a time to like just slack off, not be in the weight room, not eat healthy. This is time for you to improve yourself, for you to come back into season, be stronger, be better, be ready to compete. Sugar is not good for you, so stay away. Which I started doing that last week. I'm like, wait a minute, I need to stop. I need to keep rolling, keep grinding, and be in that weight room. So just be ready to compete when you go back to school. So
Dude, love to hear that, man. Thank you for being on the show.
of course,
This was fun. We got to do this more often, like these impromptu shows, man. I love it. All right, so my thought you should know moment is really, really simple, guys. It's December 2024. As I told you, I'm in the Christmas spirit. I'm in the holiday spirit at least. But I know that this time of year is so different for everybody. Some people may have lost loved ones recently, or maybe they lost loved ones around this time of year. So it just hits different, right? And so my mindset is just part of the holiday spirit for me is like being in a spirit of giving, whether it be financially or your time or your listening ears or advice, whatever. So that would be my thought you should know moment, guys, is that you just take some time, give something to somebody, maybe once a day, all month, for the rest of the year. So that's what I got for you. Got anything else?
you know, get some merch from Love First brand.
Oh yeah,
Visit my site, buy some things. It's amazing.
I forgot, dude. We got to plug it. I'm plugging it right now. Okay, great plug. Okay, listen, guys. So I think I told y'all this. I don't know how long ago it's been, but Love First shop, Love First brand rather. My wife and I, we started this together, and we really started it so that athletes like my brother can really just have a brand that they can call their own, but not have to worry about all like the hoopla and the background stuff that comes with it. So Love First as a brand, it is what it says it is, right? Like we do what we do, and hopefully whatever it is that you may be doing, you lead with love, right? You love first. But then on top of that, we have some Love First athletes, and one of them happens to be my brother, right? And so he has his own brand within our Love First. So if you are looking for Christmas gifts, or if you're looking for just some merch, some nice merch to cop, check out lovefirstshop.com and go to the BJ brand, and you'll get an opportunity to see a whole slew of merchandise. Repping my brother, man. Go support him. Emmanuel University, freshman year. Can't wait to see you on the ball field, dude.
No, I'm excited.
I'm pumped too.
I'm so excited.
Guys, we are going to wrap this show up like we always do. So please, let absolutely everything you do be done in love. Because at the end of the day, that is truly what makes this world go round. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time.